Okay, so for tonight's homework on the first part that we started on Monday, our level one portion, we worked on this together. And then just a reminder, remember that you were boxing up the word square because we know that all sides are equal. Only one unit of measure was given. That was a 5 and 1/8 feet of fencing. Then the question was how much fencing would she need to surround the entire garden? You needed to draw a picture to show the entire garden as a square, the one unit of 5 and 1/8. Since I know one side, we know that all sides are the same. To surround, we know that that's in reference to perimeter. And how do we solve for perimeter? We add all sides. So you could multiply 5 and 1/8 times 4, or you can simply add them up. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, and 1, 2, 3, 4 eighths. And then I can simplify that. 4 goes into itself one time, 4 goes into 8 twice. And so this is what we're looking for, is what numbers will equally go into them. And so 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 8 divided by 4 equals 2. So then we have 20 and 1/2. Remember, we said you cannot just write the answer because that means nothing. So you need to apply it to here. So how much fencing will she need? Well, Marissa is the girl's name. Will need, or needs, will need, my brain went two different directions, 20 and 1/2 feet of fencing. If you're wanting to write the rest of it, to surround the entire garden. So you can write that down. We're doing this. I need you to make sure that you do this. I talked about to the end of December, because then you'll get the hang of it and know that what you are answering is what is being asked, because this is where some of those easy mistakes happen. And so I'm going to underline that portion there. All right, let's move over to the next one. If I look distracted, I just want to let you know there is a fly in here that is a nuisance. With most classes, we did already do this together, and I'm not sure if, I think on 8th period we didn't get a chance to it because of the computers. Mrs. Hernandez needs 4 3/5 yards of material for each pillow. She wants to make, if she plans on making 39 pillows, how much material will she need? So we're looking for a total amount. So this becomes a part whole. The operations that go with part whole would be addition or multiplication. Okay. All right. So what information do I have that's going to help me solve the problem? I know that this is what she needs: 4 3/5 yards of material for each pillow, and she wants to make 39 pillows. Okay. So I'm going to put out here needs 4 3/5 yards. That's a lot of material, guys. For each, that's the abbreviation. I'll write it out. Pillow. Anytime this is going too fast, please pause it and finish writing, or put it in your own words. Do not copy what I'm doing, but put it in your own words. If you're not sure how to do it right now, then go ahead and copy it, and you will get better at it as we move forward further down the line. She's making 39 pillows. The question is how much material? So here's my question. I'm going to just put is needed. So if I'm given a part and I'm given a part and I need to find the whole, which one's going to be the easiest to find? Addition. So remember, a repeated addition, that's 4 3/5 plus 4 39 times. Or multiplication, 4 3/5 times 39. Okay, so multiplication. So the operation you're going to use is multiplication. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it. You can convert the 3/5 into a decimal and then multiply that out. You can turn this into this is a mixed number. You can turn it into an improper fraction. Remember, I always start with the denominator and I work this way. So this is multiplication and then addition. So 5 times 4 is 20 plus 3. So I have 20 plus 3. That'll make it 23 fifths times 39 over 1. I'm going to multiply it out here. So I have 23 times 39. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 2 is 20. Cross out my 9. Put my 0. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 2 is 6. This gives me 7, 9, and 8. So I have 8, 9, 7 over 5 times 1 is 5. Next thing, I have to simplify this. This is way imperfect, right? So now I'm going to divide. Remember, this simply means 897 divided by 5. So 5 goes into 897, and we're going to find out. So 5 can go into 8 one time. I'm going to subtract that out. Remember that we divide, then we're going to multiply, then we subtract, then we check, then bring down and repeat. So this gives me a 3, and I'm going to run into this part right here. So I should have done it on this other section. I'm going to move this part over here. I don't even want to start. I'm going to just so that it doesn't get too crowded in. 5, 8, 9, 7. You should just be using, if you're using this one, please make sure you find a space or putting it on notebook paper. 5 goes into 8 one time. I'm going to multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. I'm going to subtract out. 8 minus 5 is 3. I'm going to check. Is the difference less than my dividend? Yes, it is. So I can move on. That's 39. 5 goes into 39. How many times? 7 times. It makes it 35. Subtract out. 39 minus 35 is 4. Check. Is my difference less than my divisor? Yes, it is. I can't remember if I said dividend or divisor. That should have been divisor on that last one. And bring down my 7. Let's start again. 5. So if I need to, you can bring this down here. And then 5 goes into 47. How many times? 9 times. Very good, because 9 times 5 is 45. Subtract it out, and that's 2. So my remainder now becomes, so I can check it. Yes, it is less, so that's as far as we get. Now I can go ahead and use my remainder as my numerator. So then my answer is 179. My divisor is my denominator, so it's 2 fifths. So that was the remainder, and this is the divisor. So you can see how fractions is very related to division. You're going to make a complete sentence. So instead of writing Mrs. Hernandez, because I don't have a whole lot of room, I'm going to put or write, she needs 179 and 2/5 yards of material for 39 pillows. Okay, and there you go. And this is what you're writing right here. She needs 179 and 2/5 yards of material for 39 pillows. I could put to make 39 pillows, but I was running out of room. Next one. Alfredo had pieces of rope that were 3.5 feet long, 4.25 feet long, and there's that and 5 3/10 feet long. What was the total number of feet of rope that Alfredo had? Okay, so now, am I given any totals? No, I need to find the totals. So again, it's going to be, I'm given a part, I'm given a part, and I'm given another part, but I need to find the whole. I'm going to put equals whole, because I should have done that up here. Equals whole. I need a part, and I need to find the whole. So remember, it's only adding or multiplying. So do I have any groups of something? No, I'm just given 3 pieces of rope. So I'm going to add those up. That goes back to your success criteria. I can identify which operations are needed to solve a problem. So here I have 3.5 is my 3.5 plus 4.25. So I'm given this part. I'm given the 4.25, 4 and 25 hundredths, and I'm given 5 3/10 feet. I'm going to add 2 groups at a time. You can add them all up. It's room for error that I don't want to have. So this is 5, 5, 6, 7, and 7. So now I'm going to take my 7.75. 3/10 is simply 5 and 3/10. Put 0 as my hero and add it up. This is 5, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 3 is 13. Bring down my decimal. So how much total rope does he have? He has 13.05 feet. So I'm going to write that into a complete sentence. So Alfredo and it's past tense because how many did he have? Or he had. So Alfredo had 13.05 or 5 hundredths feet of total rope. It's another way. You can rewrite it in any way you want it. That Alfredo had 13.05, or his total rope had, Alfredo had the total amount of rope was 13.05 feet. So whichever way you have it. Let's look at this next one. Number 5, slide 5. A factory makes 2.3 feet of fabric per minute. How many feet of fabric will the factory make in 7 minutes? Okay, so 2.3 feet for 1 minute. Per is another word, is each minute. Now we need to know how many feet of fabric they make in 7 minutes. So I'm given a part, and I need to find the whole. What 2 operations do part, whole? Sorry about that. Right, add or multiply. Are you going to add anything here? Because we have each minute. And then it says, well, in 7 minutes, how much would they have? If 2.3 was, yeah, so you're right. The operation is going to be multiplication. Okay, here's what I know. 2.3 feet each minute. And I need to know how many feet in 7 minutes. And I'm simply multiplying 2.3. You can do repeated addition. You can do 2.3 7 times. So, but I'm going to multiply this out because it's faster. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 2, so it's 14, 15, 16. I'm going to move my decimal over one time. So I'm going to make it my complete sentence. So how many feet can the how many feet of fabric? Why do I keep it? Because it's late and I want to finish this up. So how many feet of fabric will the factory make in 7 minutes? So the factory will make 16.1 feet of fabric in 7 minutes. Okay, and there you go. All right, make sure again that you pause the video where you need to. I am going quickly through it because I don't want to have a 30-minute video. You're going to fast forward to where you need to be or to check your work. Look at the last one here. When I say this is our last one, and it is, it took Matt 1 hour to ride 5 3/4 miles on his bicycle. How far will Matt be able to ride in 3 1/2 hours? Okay. All right. So it's in 1 hour. So I know that in 1 hour, it took him 5 3/4. So if you need to, and see, we need to find out how far will he travel in 3 1/2 hours. So that's almost 4 hours right there, right? Okay. So there's lots of different ways on figuring this out. But I know if I were to draw a table, and this is going to be time, I'm going to put my rule. This is going to be miles. Said that in 1 hour, or I just put hour right here, right? So 1 hour, it was 5 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that to a decimal and put that's 0.75 because it's easier. It's 3/4, right? So it's 75 cents. So, and then I can keep going. I have 2. So what was my rule? So I ended up multiplying that by itself, right, for 1 hour. 2 hours. So what would that then be? So 5.75 times 2, and what does that give me? So you can see that I'm going to be multiplying these together, right, to get the next one. So it's 2 times 5.75. So now I'll end up multiplying, because my rule, sorry about that, is that for every hour I'm adding, or you can repeat add, right? So if you're wanting to, you can do it. It's 3 1/2 times, so you have to be careful. But I'm going to go ahead and multiply that out at 5.75 times 3.50. Now, I knew it's going to look like it's a huge number. I'm going to end up moving that out. But I'm going to I should have just gotten rid of that and let it look like 5.75 times, it's going to look like 3.5. So when you write it like this, ignore the decimals. I know I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 times that I'm going to move my decimal out. So we only want to make sure that I'm multiplying it correctly. So just for space sake, I'm going to flip over to the back. Again, I have 5.75 times 3.5. So what was it? 5.75. I don't want to put the decimal. I keep doing that. 575 times 35. And I'm going to keep it right. I'm going to move 3 decimal 3 moves. Okay. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 2 is 37. 5 times 5 is 25, 26, 27, 28. Get rid of my 5. 0 is my hero. 3 times 5 is 15. And check my work. It's late. 3 times 7 is 21 plus 1 is 22. And 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2 is 17. I'm going to add this up now. I have 5, 7, and 3 is 10 with 2 left over, makes it 12. 8 and 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2. The decimal was moved over. Oh, actually, we had that 3 space, right? We had that extra 0. I just pushed to the side. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, it's not 4, 3. There we go. So it was moved 3 times. Like I said, it's a little late right now. So I'm here moving at 3. 1, 2, 3. And so we can say that he's going to be traveling 20 point. You can round it. I'm just going to put 20.1 miles, or 20 and 1/10 miles. I'm only going to do it to the nearest tenths. So over here, Matt will travel 20.1 miles in 3.5 hours. Okay, and there you go. That's it for tonight's homework on that Unit 1.